Hi Nana. Hi. Today we will learn the concepts related to new topic known as nitric acid. Nitric acid is one of the mineral acid. One of the mineral acid. There are so many mineral acids. What is mineral acid? Mineral acid is nothing but the acids which are obtained from the minerals, rocky materials, are said to be mineral acids. So nitric acid is one of the mineral acid, and it has a formula HNO3. Okay. So if you see the history of this nitric acid, actually alchemists who are alchemists? Alchemists are the scientists, okay, in the earlier ages, in the earlier periods. So that means around 8th century, the scientists, they belong to around the, earlier ages, like 8th century. In the 8th century, so these alchemists, they know about this nitric acid. Even in the 18th century, 8th century, this is 8th century. In the 8th century, also the scientists, they were called as alchemists. Okay, they know about this nitric acid. Okay, they called this nitric acid as aqua fortis. Okay, alchemists called nitric acid as, now we are calling it as nitric acid, but in earlier days, that means in earlier days, alchemists, they used to call this nitric acid as aqua fortis. Aqua fortis. What is the meaning of this aqua fortis? Aqua fortis means strong water. Aqua means water. Fortis means strong. Okay, strong water. Why do they call this liquid? Actually, nitric acid is a liquid. So this liquid, they called it as aqua fortis because at that time, so only this acid, only this liquid is able to dissolve silver. Okay, the metal silver was dissolved only this liquid. Only this liquid can dissolve. Only aqua fortis can dissolve the metal silver. Okay. Suppose if there is a mixture of gold and silver, if you want to separate the silver from gold, okay, if you want to separate the gold from the mixture of silver and gold, so here this silver will become the impurity in gold. Okay, so in order to separate that silver, they used to pour this liquid in the mixture, or else they used to pour this mixture in this liquid, so that the silver will dissolve and the gold does not dissolve in this one. Okay, so as it is able to dissolve silver, okay, hence it is said to be strong water. This strong water means strong water. The strong water they used to call in the name as aqua fortis. Okay, so alchemists, they used to call nitric acid as aqua fortis. Okay, next, a scientist known as Glauber, he prepared nitric acid for the first time. Okay, Glauber prepared nitric acid. Actually, this nitric acid, it was there, but in the laboratory for the first time, this how to prepare nitric acid. So this was done by a scientist known as Glaber. Okay, around 1650, around 1650. Okay, around 1650 year, he prepared nitric acid by distilling niter, a mixture of niter, by distilling a mixture of niter and concentrated sulfuric acid. Okay, so he has taken the mixture of niter. What is niter? Niter is nothing but potassium nitrate. Potassium nitrate. So he took the mixture of potassium nitrate and concentrated sulfuric acid, and he did a distillation. He did what? Distillation. Upon distillation of this mixture, he could able to produce this nitric acid. Okay, so he got this acid, nitric acid. Okay, so as it was prepared from niter, as this nitric acid, as this nitric acid, it is prepared from which material? Niter. Okay, so it was given the name nitric acid. Why he used only this name nitric acid? Because this nitric acid, he prepared this nitric acid by using what? Which material? Niter. Niter means potassium nitrate. Hence the name nitric acid is given to this one. Okay. So before this one, they used to call it as aqua fortis. Okay. Okay, this liquid, it is being prepared by Glaber with the help of niter. Hence, from then onwards, that liquid is used to be called as nitric acid. Okay, right. Next scientist is Lavoisier. Okay, Lavoisier, around 1776, okay, he proved that nitric acid contains oxygen as one of its constituent. He proved that nitric acid contains oxygen. The element oxygen is present. Okay, he proved that nitric acid contains element oxygen as one of the constituent. Contains oxygen as one of the constituent element. Constituent. What is the meaning of constituent? Constituent means, so the hydrogen is one of the constituent, nitrogen is one of the constituent, and oxygen is another constituent. So what this nitric acid is made up of? This nitric acid is made up of three types of constituents. Okay, so here Lavoisier, he proved that nitric acid contains oxygen as one of the constituent elements. Contain oxygen as one of the constituent elements. Okay, so who proved that this nitric acid contains oxygen? Lavoisier. Okay, next, a scientist known as Henry Cavendish. A scientist known as Henry Cavendish, 1784. In 1784, he proved that nitric acid contains nitrogen and hydrogen also. What did he prove? He proved not only oxygen. Henry Cavendish said that this nitric acid contains not only oxygen. Lavoisier said that oxygen is one of the elements. And Henry Cavendish, he proved the other elements. What are the other elements along with oxygen? So he proved that proved that nitric acid contains what? Contains nitrogen and hydrogen also, along with what? Along with oxygen. He proved that the nitric acid contains nitrogen and hydrogen also, along with the oxygen. So like this, we can discuss about the history of nitric acid. Alchemists, they used to call nitric acid as aqua fortis. Aqua fortis means strong water, because in those days the only liquid that can dissolve this silver metal is nitric acid. Okay, that means that liquid they used to call it as aqua fortis, means strong water. Okay, now we will discuss about the occurrence of this nitric acid. That means where does this nitric acid occur, or else how this nitric acid occurs in the nature. See, actually during lightning discharge, particularly in rainy seasons, lightning discharge. What is the meaning of lightning discharge? Due to thunders, lightning discharge generally takes place. Okay, lightning discharge is generally called as thunder. Okay, so whenever lightning discharge takes place, so due to lightning discharge, so large amount of heat is liberated. Okay, so lightning discharge will be the temperature of lightning discharge will be greater than 3000 degrees centigrade. Due to large temperatures, so large amount of heat is liberated. So as this is large amount of heat, okay, as this temperature can produce large amount of heat, at this temperature, little amount of nitrogen which is present in the air, in the atmosphere, okay, some amount of nitrogen will react with oxygen. Nitrogen will react with oxygen due to the lightning discharge. Due to lightning discharge, what happens? Nitrogen will react with oxygen, okay, to form a gas known as nitric oxide. Nitric oxide. Nitric oxide. See, here it is a reversible reaction. At this temperature, nitric oxide will decompose and produce back nitrogen and oxygen. So these two reactions takes place simultaneously. Both forward reaction and backward reaction. Both the reactions occur at the same time. Okay, so due to this, what happens? Some amount of this gas, this is a gas. Nitric oxide is a gas. Nitric oxide gas is formed. Slowly, this nitric oxide gas which is formed, it will further oxidize. This nitric oxide, the substance which is formed in the air, okay, this substance which is formed in the air or else in the atmosphere, it will slowly start reacting with the oxygen, because there is large amount of oxygen and large amount of nitrogen. So with the oxygen, this substance will react. Okay. So and finally this gas will convert into another gas known as nitrogen dioxide, which is reddish brown colored gas. Okay, nitrogen dioxide. Okay, this is what? Nitrogen dioxide. The color of this nitrogen dioxide is reddish brown. Reddish brown colored gases. produced. Okay, and this nitrogen dioxide which is formed in the air, it will dissolve in the atmospheric moisture in the presence of oxygen. So this nitrogen dioxide will dissolve in the atmospheric moisture. In the atmospheric moisture, this gas will dissolve. Okay, in the presence of what? In the presence of oxygen. So finally, it will form nitric acid molecules. It forms nitric acid molecules. Okay, it forms nitric acid molecules, and these molecules they are formed in the air, in the atmosphere. They start floating in the air. Suppose this is the atmosphere. So in that atmosphere, you'll find a small and tiny molecules of nitric acid is formed, because suppose if this is water vapor or else atmosphere, this is moisture. So in this moisture, this gas will dissolve and form what? Nitric acid molecules. And these nitric acid molecules, they start floating in the air. So that means this nitric acid is available in the air, but in less amounts. So if we are discussing about what? Occurrence. We are discussing about occurrence of nitric acid. See, this nitric acid, it is available in the free state. So in the free state, it is available in the free state, and also it is available in the combined state also. Combined state. How this combined state is available? Let us discuss about this one later. So this nitric acid is available in the free state in the atmosphere by floating in the air. Okay, how this air is getting this nitric acid? Because of lightning process. Due to lightning process, because of very high temperatures, the nitrogen in the atmosphere will react with oxygen and form nitric oxide gas. First of all, this nitric oxide gas is formed, and this nitric oxide will further react with atmospheric oxygen and to form nitrogen dioxide. This is also another type of gas. Okay, this is also gas, and the color of this gas is reddish brown. Now this gas, it will dissolve in the atmospheric moisture in the presence of oxygen, and finally it converts into nitric acid. And these nitric acid molecules, they float in the air. That means, where do this nitric acid occur? Nitric acid is occur in the free state in the air. Okay, so like this you can discuss about the occurrence of nitric acid. And one more thing, see, this nitric acid which is present in the air, okay, it will, when it rains, what happens? When it rains, the rainwater will dissolve this nitric acid. The rainwater, when it rains, what happens? When the cloud rains, what happens? So that rainwater will flow through this air, or else will flow through this atmosphere. And when this rainwater is passing through this atmosphere, the the nitric acid which is present in the atmosphere, it is washed down to the surface of the earth. So that means the nitric acid which is floating in the atmosphere, it will be washed down to the earth by the rainwater. Okay, now this rain is said to be acid rain. Acid rain. Okay, the rain which is sweeping, or else which is removing the nitric acid from the atmosphere. So that rain, it dissolves that nitric acid, and that rain is said to be acid rain. it will reach this acid rain, it will reach to the surface of the earth. Now this is the earth surface, so the rainwater will flow, this acid rain will flow. While flowing on the earth surface, there are so many minerals available on the earth. So if they come into contact with the carbonate minerals, if they come into contact with the carbonate minerals, these carbonate minerals, they are present in where? They are present in soil. So the minerals, carbonate minerals of soil. So soil carbonate minerals, they react. So this acid rain which is having nitric acid, so this acid rain will react with the carbonate minerals. So for example, large amount of calcium carbonate. Calcium carbonate means limestone. So on the earth crust or else on the earth surface, soil contains large amount of limestone. So with that limestone, this nitric acid will react. Okay. That means when it rains, the nitric acid is washed down to the surface of the earth. Okay. It reacts with the soil carbonates. Okay. And converts the soil carbonates are converted into what? Nitrates. Now due to the reaction of these carbonates with nitric acid, finally what are formed? What are the substances formed here? Nitrates are formed. The carbonates, carbonate of calcium or else carbonate of magnesium or else any carbonates, when they react with these carbonates, where do they present? They are present in the soil. If they react with the nitric acid, these carbonates, okay, the soil carbonate, they are converted into nitrates. Okay, so these soil carbonates are converted into nitrates, and these nitrates are present. They remain in the soil. Along with this one, carbon dioxide gas and even water is also formed. So like this, the soil carbonates are converted into soil nitrates. These soil carbonates are insoluble. They are insoluble. Soil carbonates are generally insoluble. Now these insoluble soil carbonates may be calcium carbonate or magnesium carbonate or any different carbonates of different metals. Okay, which are present in the soil. Hence they are called as soil carbonates. Okay, so these carbonates are insoluble in water. When these carbonates react with nitric acid, they convert into their nitrates. The carbonates are converted into nitrates, which are soluble. All nitrates are soluble. Remember, already we have learned this one in our acids and bases lesson. All nitrates are soluble in water. So that means insoluble carbonates are converted to soluble nitrates. Soluble soil nitrates. Okay, now one more example we will take. So this is what limestone. Take magnesium carbonate. Okay, this is also present in the soil only. So when rainwater, rainwater is carrying what? This rainwater is carrying nitric acid. So when such rainwater will come into contact with the carbonates present in the soil, so these rainwater the nitric acid of the rainwater will react with the carbonates of the soil, and these carbonates are converted into nitrates. Carbonate when reacted with the nitric acid from the rain, so this is present in the soil. Okay, this is insoluble, and they react with the nitric acid which is present in the rainwater. Okay, so now they react with each other to form nitrates. The carbonates are converted into nitrates, and carbon dioxide gas is liberated along with the formation of some water. So these nitrates are soluble. That means soil carbonates are converted into soil nitrates. So these nitrates are very useful for plants because these nitrates, they act as fertilizers. Okay, so the nitrates, okay, which are formed in the soil, they are soluble in water, they are soluble in the water present in the soil, hence they are used as fertilizers. Okay, so in this way, what happens? This nitric acid will finally reach to the surface of the earth, and it will react with the carbonates present in the soil, and finally that nitric acid, it is converted into what? That nitric acid is converted into nitrates, soil nitrates. See, from the beginning, if you see from the beginning, so initially nitrogen is present in the atmosphere. This nitrogen is converted into, first it is converted to nitric oxide, and this nitric oxide is converted into nitrogen dioxide, and this nitrogen dioxide, it is converted into nitric acid, and this nitric acid, it is finally converted into what? Nitrates. Nitrates. This is magnesium nitrate, this is calcium nitrate, so like this. So finally this nitrogen, it is converted into nitrates. These nitrates are used as what? Fertilizers. They are good fertilizers. They are helpful for the growth of the plant. They are absorbed by the plants because as they are soluble in soil water, so plants can easily absorb these nitrates, hence these are used as fertilizers. That means the nitrogen which is present in the atmosphere, it is finally converted into nitrates, and these nitrates will enter into what? They will finally enter into the plants, into the body of the plants, and these nitrates will help in the growth of the plants. Okay, so this conversion of atmospheric free nitrogen, listen, the conversion of atmospheric free nitrogen into useful nitrogenous compounds. These are nitrogenous compounds, useful nitrogenous compounds. Okay, useful nitrogenous compounds which act as fertilizers. These are nothing but nitrates. They act as fertilizers. Okay, so all this process, okay, is called as fixation of atmospheric nitrogen. So all this process is said to be fixation of atmospheric nitrogen, or else simply nitrogen fixation. Okay, nitrogen fixing, or else nitrogen fixation. We can call it as nitrogen fixing. Okay. So this process of conversion of free atmospheric nitrogen into nitrogenous compounds which acts as fertilizers. Okay, this process of conversion of, that means this atmospheric nitrogen, it is finally fixed. This nitrogen is fixed here in the form of nitrates, and this nitrogen is taken by the plants. Actually this nitrogen is useful for the plants, but they cannot take the nitrogen directly from the air. These plants cannot take nitrogen directly from the air. This nitrogen is very, very essential for the plants, but they are unable to take the free nitrogen from the air. That nitrogen, it is finally converted into nitrates, and these nitrates, they can be taken by the plants, and the nitrogen is taken by the plants in the form of nitrates, and these nitrates, hence these nitrates are said to be fertilizers. And this process of conversion of atmospheric nitrogen into useful nitrogenous compounds, okay, which acts as fertilizers. All this entire process is said to be fixation of atmospheric nitrogen, or else simply nitrogen fixing. We can call it as nitrogen fixing also, right? So this is about the this nitric acid, the occurrence of nitric acid in free state. So in free state, that nitric acid will float in the air, right? So now let us learn about the combined state of nitric acid. See, nitric acid is available in combined state. So actually, so these are what? These are what? Combined state of nitric acid. Because the nitric acid will combine with some other substance and finally they are forming some salts. Okay, so these are nothing but combined states of nitric acid. When nitric acid combines with some other substances, what happens? They form it will convert into nitrates. So altogether the occurrence of nitric acid can be studied under two categories. One is under free state. Under free state, already we have discussed about this one. Now we will discuss about the occurrence of this nitric acid in combined state. So this nitric acid occurs in its as combined state. So what happens? The nitric acid will convert into metal nitrates. The nitric acid will convert into what? Metal nitrates. In the combined state, this nitric acid, it is available in the form of metal nitrates. The form of metal nitrates. Okay. As these metal nitrates are useful to the plant, hence they are said to be mineral nitrates also. Mineral nitrates, because these nitrates are useful for the plants. Okay, hence they are called as mineral nitrates. So the most important mineral nitrates are chili saltpeter. Okay, chili saltpeter. Chili saltpeter means it is nothing but sodium nitrate. Okay, sodium nitrate is called as chili saltpeter. Okay, another mineral nitrate, that means another combined state of nitric acid. There are so many. All nitrates, all metal nitrates are nothing but combined states of nitric acid. So Bengal saltpeter, these are most important metal nitrates. Bengal saltpeter, or else potassium nitrate, KNO3. Okay. We have seen calcium nitrate. Okay, calcium nitrate, magnesium nitrate, etc. What is the formula of calcium nitrate? Okay, this is the formula of calcium nitrate. Okay, calcium nitrate, CaNO3 taken twice, etc. Okay, etc. These are the different combined state. So nitric acid is available in the combined state. Okay, it is in the form of metal nitrates. Metal nitrates or mineral nitrates. The most important mineral nitrates. These two are the most important minerals at nitrates. Chili saltpeter or sodium nitrate, Bengal saltpeter or potassium nitrate, and some other nitrates. They are available in the nature. Okay, so we will discuss about how nitric acid is prepared in the laboratory. So we will discuss it in the next video.